Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be learning about how to create an event submission on Engage. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go to our website, engage.bellarmine.edu, and make sure you get logged in using your Bellarmine credentials. Once you're in, you should see something along the lines of this, your home screen. So what you're going to pay attention to, first, it's important to know that in order to create an event on Engage, you must be listed as someone who has that access on Engage, someone who is able to manage. So this would be, for example, looking like maybe the social chair or the president of your organization. If you are not listed on your organization's roster, you will not have access to this. In order to get added to your organization's roster, be sure to reach out to a former officer or to the Student Activity Center, and we can help you get set up. So what you should see if you're able to manage your organization is down here, all of the organizations that you're a part of. For this example, I'm going to be using the Student Activity Center as my organization. So what I'll do is go here and I'll click straight on that. Once I get here, I'll click the Events tab. Next thing that I'll do is go up here to the Create Event button. Once we click on that, we can go ahead and enter in our event details. So let's say, for example, that I wanted to host a tea party. I would go in, type in the title, the theme. I would say it's probably a social thing. Drink some tea with me. I would encourage you to add as much detail and description to this event as possible. So spots are limited. We will have multiple varieties of tea. If there are any organizations that you're co-hosting this event with, so let's say that you go on here and you want to co-host an event with Campus Ministries, for example, then it should pop up right here as the Campus Ministries office. You can go in and add as many organizations that you'd like to co-host with as you want. Next up, you're going to enter in the time and place of the event. So let's say that ours is October 12th at 1 p.m. And it's just a one-day thing. So it'll be from 1 to 2 p.m. Let's say that. Next, if it's going to be an online event, so over a Zoom meeting or a Teams meeting maybe, you can select that one. But since this one's going to be in person, we'll go ahead and click location. Up here, it asks if you want to add a map. Since most of our events are on Bellarmine and Bellarmine tends to be a smaller campus, I tend to not show a map, and I'll just list the location as this event will be in Hillary's Cafe. And then I click save. So it should show it right there. If this is an event that's going to be repeating, so for example, if it's a meeting that happens once a month, then you can go in and select add another date and add the next month's details as well. So you can now see that it says October 12th and November 12th during the same times, same location. If anything else needs to change, you can go in and select that as you'd like. The next step is going to be your event visibility. So you can select show to the public, which is anyone that gets on Engage, the students and staff at Engage, members of the organizations. So in this instance, it would be the Student Activity Center and Campus Ministries, or only people that I invite. This might be a good option if maybe you're just meeting with your leadership team or your executive board, and it's not open to the public. It's a closed meeting. So for this one, I'm going to select students and staff at Engage. Kind of ignore these two pieces right here. So you're going to go down to the event categories. And as you can see, there's all sorts of good ones. So I'll just go through and say that it is a campus tradition. It might not be. It's cultural, it's for leaders. I'm going to have a lot more than you should see right here because I'm on the administrative side of things. But we'll say it's a workshop and it's a social. So this is a really cool feature to show attendees what you're going to have at your event. So we'll be having free food and we're going to give out teacups. Sure, sounds like a fun event. Right here, this is where you can monitor your RSVP settings if you'd like to use the RSVP feature. So who can RSVP? You can click on this. So again, anyone can RSVP. Only the people who you want to RSVP can RSVP, or no one can RSVP. So as you can see, that's what no one looks like. If you click on anyone, this is often nice because even if you don't do anything with the RSVP information, students who, or attendees, I should say, who RSVP will get a reminder before the event starts. So it's nice to just kind of have that aspect of it. So you can say invite all the members of the organization. This is a feature that we use in our space quite a bit, where you can limit the number of available RSVP spots. So this will say that we only have 20 tea things to give away. And you can show how many spots are left when people go to RSVP, so they can say, oh, I don't really know if I want to go. Oh, there's only 2 spots left, so I'm going to go ahead and put my name down. If it's for something and you'd like them to represent an organization at the event, you can feature that. If there's any RSVP questions that you think would be important to have, so for example, we'll do a multi-line text and I'll say, do you have any dietary restrictions? This is also a good space to say, what's your t-shirt size, or do you have any question? You can mark it as being required. If it needs any clarification, you can do that. There's all sorts of different options. So there's a drop down, checkbox, radio button. It's got it all. Next part is going to be after the event ends. If you'd like to collect any data or just kind of ask your attendees how the event went, you can go in and click on this. So this will automatically send it off after the event. They'll have 72 hours after the event ends to complete the survey. And you can add as many questions here as you'd like. So for example, we'll do checkboxes and we'll say, what tea did you try? Earl Grey, chai, I don't know, pumpkin spice. I don't know. It's October, y'all. So you could say that if you wanted to. There are some other ones where you could say, like a radio button might be a good one where you can say, did you have fun? Kinda, not really. This is a good way maybe just to get some feedback and see what you can change for future events. So you can add as many of those as you'd like, although I'd recommend keeping it short. Next up, you can select an image. You'll just click it right here and it'll show you all of the images that you have saved to your computer. So you can upload it that way. If not, you can press skip and it'll use one of the ones that are already pre-existing and uploaded onto Engage. Next, this is what you will see. So it says the event additional information form. So it's going to determine, basically, you'll just go through and click which one of these applies to you. So if it's a residence hall programming, so if you're an RA and you're filling out this form for one of your programs, you can click that. If you're a club sport, a student affairs department, academic department, or a student organization event, which we'll say that's us. What time do you want to access the space? So we're going to have this event in Hillary's, but I need time to decorate. It starts at 1. So I'm going to say I would love to have the space by 11:30 if possible. What time do I want to leave the space? I'm going to leave the space around 2:30. Event first choice. So again, I'm going to say Hillary's. Second choice, I think I'll be okay to do it in the fireplace room. Room setup. So this is going to be your facilities request that you ask. So in Hillary's, this is possible. There are some rooms, such as the fireplace room, where the desks aren't really able to be moved around much. So just keep that in mind when you're booking your space or classroom that you'd want to have reserved of, is it possible to move a lot of things around? So in Hillary's, I'm going to request, can we have round tables with 8 chairs at each and 2 tables set up in the back of the room for food and drink. You really want to get fancy and upload a file of the layout, you can do that. Expected attendees, as much as I'd want to say 100, I'll probably guess it'll be closer to 11 to 25 attendees for this event, since it is at 1 p.m. This is important because you don't want to book a classroom that fits 40, but you are expecting 100 people to come. So this is just helpful information for us to have. Your advisor email. So I'm going to say that Elaine Surdike, who is my boss, I'll say Elaine is my advisor. Does it express any political ideas? No. Is there alcohol? No. Are you inviting people outside of Bellarmine to attend or participate? For this one, no. Does it require participants to travel overnight? Nope. Is it for the Residential Housing Association? No. And is it a service requirement? No. I can click through that. You'll see it right here. For that's something that I'll see. So then you can see all of it. If you need to review anything, you can go through there, and then the next step would be to hit submit. Now, the Student Activity Center has to go through and approve your event and also make the reservations and the room booking and the facilities request for you. That's something that we take care of on our end for you to make it easier. So if your event has not been approved yet, that is probably why we're just waiting to get back on some things from you. Be sure to keep an eye out for this, because if we have any further questions, we will reach out to you for further clarification. And again, one of the most important things that we want you to remember is that we do expect about 2 weeks of wiggle room before your event for us to be able to go through and process these events. We get a lot of event submissions that go through, so we just really want to make sure that we're giving each of them the time and love and care that they deserve. That's about it as far as how to submit an event request. If you have any further questions, feel free to reach out to us at sac@bellarmine.edu. That's SAC@bellarmine.edu. Thanks.